Today I want to talk about some of my favorite supportive badminton shoes. And if you're not sure what the supportive category is, if we have a scale, on one side we have the super feather light, ultra light badminton shoes, which has almost no injury prevention, almost no cushioning, and just a low weight. All the way on the other side of the scale, we have a much higher weight, but we also have a ton of cushioning, a lot of injury preventive features, and these type of shoes are the supportive ones, and they tend to be preferred by aging players that want to take care of their health and avoid foot fatigue, and for players with bigger body frames that just need more cushion or stability for their bodies. I've tested a bunch of badminton shoes over the years, and today I want to dive into my top 3, one for the most cushioned, one for injury prevention, and one for narrow feet. I have had each of these shoes on court for 10 hours to see how they play. I bought them with my own money to give you an unbiased review. I'm Aske from Beast Badminton, and let's dive into the shoes. The first shoe I want to cover is the shoe for players with narrow feet. And here we have the Leaning Saga 2 SE. Now this one is one of the few supportive badminton shoes I've come across that falls more or less right in the middle between being comfortable and injury preventive. Usually these are two camps that tend to go in opposite directions, where the injury preventive shoe tend to be more stiff and the comfortable shoe tend to be more cushioned, couchy and soft. This one falls right in the middle and feels quite stiff on the outside, but has a pretty decent cushion inside to combine the feeling of comfort and softness, but also the feeling that the shoe is not gonna be too forgiving and that you can move around too much within the shoe. That is sometimes the case if you have a cushion that's very thick. It has that bit of give. Next, let's look at the best badminton shoe in the supportive category for injury prevention. Now, in terms of injury prevention, we have the Yonex Eclipsion Z3, and the reason why I picked this one is that I wanted to offer a suggestion for players that have average or maybe slightly wide feet, but not wide enough that you need the wide edition, because this one is the normal edition, but I did find that with my narrow feet, the toe box is a bit wide and the side of my big toe tend to be slamming against the side of the shoe as I'm playing. This one also comes in a wide edition, and so I wanted to offer something that would be broadly available. It has a stiff heel, which can also feel a bit raw until you've been breaking the shoe in for a while. It has an incredibly thick and cushioned toe cushion. It also has this one piece, as Yonex calls it, where they have connected the heel and the toe to give you a more stable landing. And so overall, this is a great option if you're looking for a shoe for injury prevention. Finally, let's move on to the most comfortable shoe in the supportive category. And here we have the Leaning Thunder Pro. This is my current favorite if you're into super comfortable badminton shoes. And before I preferred the Victor P9200 third generation because it has a drop-in midsole that combines the midsole with the insole and gives you a really spongy and bouncy feel that's great to prevent fatigue underneath your feet and in your legs as you're playing. This Thunder Pro isn't as good in the midsole, but I had no issues. And all around from heel to toe, I find that it has a better fit with a taller heel that gives you a better lock-in, while being at least, if not more, comfortable in terms of how thick the tongue is, the sides, the heel area, and the toe box. Interestingly, Li-Ning has this system on their new shoes where they make the toe box or the front of the shoe 3 millimeters longer, which means that they can cut down on some of the toe cushioning and the weight. This doesn't change the fit or the size of the shoe, and combined with this great insoles they use that has this wavy pattern under the toes, you're not gonna slide around much, and I don't think you're gonna have any issues with moving forward in the toe box when you're late to the shuttle. At least this has often been a problem for me, but not in the Thunder Pro. As always, each of these shoes have in-depth reviews if you're interested in diving deeper into each of them. There's more guides and ratings on the blog. I'm Aske from Beast Badminton, and I'll see you on court.